Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. BlizzCon 2017 has officially started, and big things are coming to the World of Warcraft. One of the many announcements is the release of what they're calling World of Warcraft Classic, which is going to be vanilla servers. So I thought that it might make for an interesting video to talk about it a bit, speculate on how they're going to implement them, and what doors this all opens up, and so on. So, ever since the Burning Crusade expansion, there's been a popular request, and that's to bring back vanilla servers. Over the years, the answer has always been a pretty stern no, with Blizzard even saying that they don't have the code anymore. But it never quelled the desire to play the game in its original state. People who played the game back in 04 to early 07 wanted to relive their time in vanilla, to bathe in the nostalgia of a time long past. And others who picked up the game after the fact were curious on what exactly they missed. The requests were so strong in fact that many third-party groups ran private vanilla servers. Some failed miserably due to corruption or just poor management, and others you could say were successful. But they never had that Blizzard touch and being run by a team of professionals, and over the years the demand has grown and grown. Well, this BlizzCon, Blizzard announced that they're going to fill that void with World of Warcraft Classic, official Blizzard-ran vanilla servers. The door to visit the Classic 2004 experience has been officially unlocked. At this point, we don't know much other than the fact that Classic servers are coming. I think we can sort of speculate some of the finer details though. I think the biggest question is, what patch will the game be? At launch, it was of course 1.0, and it went all the way to 1.12, which was the pre-Burning Crusade patch. I think it's probably safe to assume that it will be 1.12. It's when we had all of the raid tiers including Naxxramas, all battlegrounds, and bug fixes of course. The most optimized and updated patch of vanilla. But the real question is, what exactly will be available at launch, or rather what should be available? Will they just release the server with every raid unlocked right from the get-go? Or will they go for an experience more true to vanilla and release them over time? At launch, maybe we have the Molten Core and Onyxia, then 2 or 3 months later we have the Blackwing Lair, and so on all the way to Naxxramas, along with the world events that went along with those raids, such as the opening of the gates for AQ40. So, lots of little details to be ironed out that I'm sure we'll learn about in the coming months. Another thing to bring up is longevity. Eventually, no matter how they release the raids, players are gonna run into a point to where they've completed all of the content. Well, maybe that's fine. After all, people want the vanilla experience, and maybe that's enough for them. To experience a time when paladins were alliance only, and shamans were horde only. You also had the epic battles of Terran Mill versus South Shore, skill training, the old talent tree, a strong community due to the absence of cross-realm zoning, 40-man raiding, or if you're really hardcore, the rank 14 grind, and I could go on and on, so many unique things with vanilla. But, to play devil's advocate here, an idea for longevity that some people have thrown around is to go down a seasonal Diablo route. To where maybe every year or so, a new season and server starts. You keep your old characters and get bonuses for playing the previous season, and you can start again from scratch on another server for the next season, and earn cosmetic rewards for participating. Maybe a special tabard for hitting 60, or a mount for killing Kel'Thuzad. And at the end of the season, all of this transfers over to your main server. So, they could do stuff like that to add longevity and replayability. I'm not sure how many people would like that though, since I'm sure they want a pure, unadulterated vanilla experience. And how far would people be willing to go with that? Would you like to have the new character models and animations since they really don't have a gameplay effect? What about the collection tab? Personally, I'm not sure. I'll leave that one up to you. And as for details of its release, no date has been confirmed as of yet. Like I said, all we have right now pretty much is that launch trailer. But, seeing as how it's the classic game, I think it's safe to assume that you won't need to keep up with the new expansions to be able to play it. I imagine just the base game is fine, and of course the monthly fee. So, taking this into account, it's probably not tied to the release of the next expansion, the Battle for Azeroth, and dare I say, it could come out sooner. It just depends on how far along they are. So far, the only thing they've said really is that it's harder than most people think, and that it'll take a while. All I know is that I'm very excited. Some people have asked if I'm gonna play on them, and the answer is yes, but very casually. I have mentioned this, but I quite enjoy the current game. Legion was really fun for me, and the battle for Azeroth looks really good so far. I'll make a character on the vanilla server, maybe level it to 60 and do a bit of raiding and bask in the nostalgia, but it's not something I'll put my full focus on. Regardless, I think it's great that they finally pulled the trigger and made them. With all of these private servers, there's a clear demand and love for the classic experience. People want what they want, and if it's a version of the game that's passed, so be it, you know? I think it's awesome to give people that opportunity to relive the old days, and to give people who missed out a chance to experience the game in its original state. And from a business standpoint, it's always made sense. They've been shutting down private servers here and there by filing copyright lawsuits or whatever. But what's the best way to get rid of private vanilla servers? To release your own, better private vanilla servers. I think if everything goes well, it even opens up doors for other expansions. Who knows, maybe we'll see a Burning Crusade server, a Wrath server, and so on. A server for each expansion. I think people would love that. Give them the choice and, hey, they might even get hooked on the current game too. It's a decision that pleases everyone, and I couldn't be happier for all parties, old and new. Just remember, whatever version you prefer, have fun and enjoy your time in the world of Azeroth. I hope you found the video interesting or entertaining. Like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Farewell for now, mortals. We hope you enjoyed today's video. See you again soon.